welcome back to the Sophia Files. Thank you guys for joining us once again. We have the band all together, which I'm always ecstatic when that is true. We're going to go around and I'll let you introduce everybody, and then we'll get to the meat and potatoes. We have a really fun past lives regression class today. All right, Miss Danica, Miss Ariel, and Miss Melissa.
Hi, I'm Danica Olson with Goldilocks Glimmers, and I love connecting loved ones with their family members that have died. That's probably the most rewarding thing for me to do.
Hello, my name is Ariel, and I am the Lunar Claire, and I enjoy talking with other people and helping them along their path.
And I am Melissa Kohler, the Rising Phoenix Medium, and I do psychic readings and energy work. And I am in the Pacific Northwest, so the west coast of Washington State.
Yes, and with some final residency news. I'm so excited.
Yes. So right now in Bellingham, and we are in the process of starting our move to Olympia. So it's about 2.5 hours south of where we are now.
And if you've been a longtime listener, you know that this has come up several times. And so I would just like us all to toot a horn because we were right. But I'm so grateful that you went.
I do have to say this because Ariel will like this. So one of the times that we were talking about what's going to happen, Ariel had said oh, well, if you take the easy option, there's this. And if you don't, then it's this. So when my husband had done an interview, he finished 2 interviews and he was like, well, this would be the easy option, but we're going to do this other one. So it was just funny. It wasn't exactly the same parameters, but it was just funny for him to talk himself through not taking the easy option. So I thought that was funny.
That's amazing. So a long time ago, Danica did a reading for this guy. And in the reading, it was for when she was a student of mine. And she tells this guy basically yeah, you're going to get a job, but it's going to be in May. Right. And so he's like cordial and nice with Danica. But then I get this long text and it's very upset. I understand that she was a student, but I just don't like that. I think was the message. I can't remember. It irritated me. I didn't respond to it. I get this beautiful long message yesterday from him saying, please tell your student I'm sorry I got upset. She got her job offer. And I was just like, I'm fucking telling you guys, and Danica was like, well, it's June. I'm like, you know what we're talking, you were so accurate. What? So it's these little things where it's like, all right, we are good at what we do, believe it or not.
The process could have started in May. So
right. Yeah, that's exactly what my guys were saying. Yeah.
Wrong.
Yeah, because she did. She did say that. She interviewed in May. Okay, but anyways, to the meat and potatoes of our episode today. So what we're going to do is we're going to do I'm going to regress Ariel into a past life state. We're just going to allow her to sort of roam around in that energy. It's not a hypnosis. It's just a guided meditation. And then what I'm going to ask is that our other colleagues try to view into her experience, right? Because my thought form is this happened in the physical reality, in a place, in time. We should be able to see it. But I don't really know how this works if the person is right there and she's talking. So we're gonna play this game. All right, so Miss Ariel. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you to close your eyes, of course. I want you to relax your shoulders. I want you to lower your chest. I want you to stiffen your spine and straighten it. And breathe up your spine. And then let your chest deflate as you breathe down. Up your spine, breathe in. And breathe out as you collapse your chest. We recognize that our guides are with us. We're going to ask that your guide join you now. And we're going to ask that we have him select for us a period of time that is very meaningful for your soul. We're going to allow that time to spin around you. I want you to breathe. Don't hold your breath. Now I want you to start to tell me, when you look up, is the sky clear or cloudy? Or are you inside?
I am underwater.
Okay. And what is it that, are you breathing clearly, or do you have an apparatus on to breathe?
Breathing clearly.
And when you look up, do you have the feeling that you are in a human form, or not quite yet?
Not yet.
And in this environment, do you have a home?
Yes.
And are you close to your home?
Well, my close and a normal person's close is different. So I would say close.
And you feel safe?
Yes.
And what in your environment would cause you to feel unsafe?
Darker shadow, like big dark shadows.
So would that make you feel like that you're somewhat small or moderate? Where do you situate yourself in size?
Medium sized.
And in this experience, what is it that you enjoy the most?
The free movement.
And do you have friends
And
there?
no,
And why is it that you're alone?
I don't want to be responsible for anything that might happen to others.
And did you pick this lifetime because of that?
Yes.
And are you just trying to take a break?
A respite. Yes.
And did you like this lifetime?
Yes.
What was your favorite thing about it?
Feeling the temperature changes between warm and cooler.
And do you feel masculine or feminine? Or is that not an important question?
Neither.
And are you old to this plane of existence, or are you quite young?
It's been a while since I've been here like this.
Can you take me, please, to an environment where you are in the lifetime that you are resting from? I want you to feel the time roll forward or back, it doesn't matter. But when you look up again, what is it that you see?
Feel like I'm laying in a field watching the clouds go by.
And
I
what's it,
am younger.
masculine or feminine, do you feel?
Feminine.
And when did the life start to get challenging? When you were younger, or a little bit when you got older?
Around 19, 20.
And when you exited this lifetime, around what age were you?
63.
Oh, you had quite a while in this one, huh? What was your favorite thing about this lifetime?
The fashion because I can see my hands running over different textiles and just thinking about how they've changed.
And why was that challenging? That lifetime so challenging?
I heard because no one would listen.
All right, I'm going to bring you back. All right, ground into your root. Feel the tailbone. Get all of your energy back into your body. All right. So, ladies, Danica and Melissa, was there anything in there that you captured?
It was very interesting because before you went to the water, it was like I saw where you went after you, when you said go to like the hardest lifetime. That's what I saw. It was like I saw the clouds. I saw the blue sky and I saw the clouds. And it was interesting because I felt like the warmth on like my face, and then I saw you had on this like amazing like dress, and you were like springy, like 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 this young like beautiful woman. That was amazing. Your dress was beautiful.
Thank you.
So it was funny when you started talking about the fashion and that. That was interesting. But it was like a brownish mauve color still. It was interesting.
And what about you,
That
Miss
was
Melissa?
So for when she was the girl in the field, I was getting this sense like I could see her laying on her back, like just watching the sky in this wheat field. And the significance was I can sit and daydream. Nobody's going to know where I am. I am here. But it was like I initially saw her as like a young boy. I don't know that one thing matters over the other, but it was
No,
more or
but I
less that.
had the same feeling.
Yeah. So, but mostly it was the feeling of I get to be here, I get to daydream, nobody knows where to find me, and I'm like, I have my time right now. So, yeah.
That is so cool. Okay, awesome. All right, so does anybody want to try being the leader of the meditation, or do you want me to keep up with that? Because the other thing I noticed is I can't see when I'm guiding. Like I can't, because I'm keeping an eye on her physical body to see how her energy is fluctuating in and out. So I couldn't see shit other than what she was describing.
I'll try. That way
Let's
you
do
can
it.
play too.
Okay, cool. And well, who would you like to run this participation on if you have a preference?
So I'll do it on Danica.
okay.
I feel like when I go into like the deep meditative state, I get really bad vertigo. So, how is there anything to do that you can do to like help with that, or?
Yeah. So basically, what I feel is you're springboarding out of your body, because remember what I said when I kept like I wouldn't. The reason I was telling you specifically to collapse your chest was because I was trying to get you to breathe in a more regulated fashion, because you like to hold your breath when you leave your body, which
Oh,
most people
okay.
do. But I feel that if you took a little bit more time to focus on, basically think about breathing like this. You're actually unvelcroing your energy from your physical body. Think about it like that. So as you're breathing, you're just slowly pulling some of your back off of your skin, and then some of the front, and you're just slowly like getting detached, and then slowly go up the column. Because oftentimes what people will do is they get afraid that they can't leave the body. I don't know why. It's just like an internalized fear you see with a lot of people. So they'll really try to like fucking burst out of there, and that's when you get vertigo. It's my
Oh,
experience. Now I don't know if other people have had different experience, but usually it's when you're exiting too quickly or coming in too unfocused, right? Because I've seen some people who they're in such a hurry to come back from the what they saw, that then they kind of come into, it's almost like sliding into first base, and that can feel like vertigo too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry that you get lightheaded, though.
No, it's fine. It's like towards the middle, going to the end. So, alrighty.
All right.
So, big deep breath. Close your eyes. Take another big deep breath in. Imagine that. Close down your thoughts and go to the place that feels like home next. Now, are you above ground or are you on a different plane?
I feel this is interesting. So I feel like the color red, it's warm, but it feels like I'm just like in the middle of nowhere.
And how old do you feel around?
Infinitely old.
Are you masculine or feminine?
There is no gender.
Is this a populated area or are you alone?
It's populated with matter, consciousness.
Do you have a
But
purpose?
we're all one, but we're all individually by ourselves. It's very interesting.
Do you have a purpose? Like, do you have a job that you're working towards?
No, I'm resting.
Are the others resting as well?
Mm-hmm. It feels really peaceful.
And about how long have you been in this resting state?
It doesn't feel like time is measured there. So I'm
Are
not
you
sure how to answer that.
are you waiting to be called to your next place?
It feels like I'm resting before it's time. There's something that I'm meant to do after, but I have to rest first.
What is your
Let
favorite thing about the plane of existence?
The light feeling, the feeling of being weightless.
When you say resting, what are you doing? How are you resting? How are you preserving energy? What is that process?
It's almost like I'm shedding old skin or like, I don't know the word descaling. It's,
Would
mm,
it is it a purification process?
feels like it feels like I'm just resting while other others are processing stuff, is what it feels like. Like I don't even want to call it a body. I have to go through this resting state, like the process of it, while other people are processing stuff, is what it feels like. But both are required.
Are you
So
almost an anchor point for others? Do others come to be with you?
It's almost like a holding place to come and rest. And I don't know the other word besides descale.
I want to move you a little bit in time, Danica, and I want you to feel this experience of where you are fall away. I want you to feel time move around you until right where you are is the lifetime that you are resting for. And I want you to look directly upward, and I want you to tell me what you see.
I see a big tree.
And it's directly above you. So are you laying back?
No, I'm on like it kind of looks like a tree swing.
Am I wrong?
Are you waiting for something to occur, an event?
No, I'm not waiting for anything to happen. It's just I'm so present, just there. There's like nothing else that needs to happen.
Have you already accomplished your goal?
Feels like yes.
And do you know what that goal was?
Feels like I don't even know what this means, but the unity of my soul.
All right, I'm going to bring you back. I want you to come in through that root energy all the way down. How?
I didn't want to come back.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I do have some insights. I'll let Melissa, I'm very curious what you experienced.
So in the first instance, before you even mentioned that you were seeing and feeling warmth and red, I pictured like red earth, but almost as if it was like a cave. And I was told it was the space in between. And that the significance of what I was seeing or experiencing was that there was an insulated feeling to like this was a safe place. But I took it to mean that it was a resting place like within the earth. This was the safe place to be until the next incarnation. And then the second one, when you said tree swing, I just felt like being a young girl and just in that moment just swinging, and also having the cognition that you were back doing your work on the earth, like for the earth, and that there was a just a knowingness and a happiness to be back in that state.
Interesting.
Yeah, and the thing that I think is super profound is I believe, like, remember how we've been talking about timeline stuff and like the trains and you get on da 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 da. Well, all I know for a fact is that at least in this plane of existence, the most exhausting thing to happen to your soul at all is birth and death. Those are the most exhausting things you can do. So interestingly, as you were talking about the first place, and you were talking about resting, and you're talking about contemplating, and I remember thinking, she's graduating. There's some graduation happening. I don't know what, but she's already studied. She's graduating. You're just waiting for the class to get to the graduation party. And then when we saw you after, you had already graduated. So that is just kind of confirming what we sort of already know, but which is that return to the real earth, return to the true place. Oh, and what's super weird is, or maybe that's always been happening. Okay, never mind. For some reason, I thought you were sparkling, and I didn't realize your disco ball was going. I was like,
No,
why am
it's
I
my
seeing her
disco
sparkle? What the fuck? I was like, please, what the fuck?
That's funny.
But yeah, that was, and what I felt when you were feeling the tree, talking about the tree, but I feel like that was the tree of life. I don't think that you can go to the place that you were. Whereas, like, I think we could go to the field that she was in. You know what I mean? Like, we could go to the part of the ocean she was in. I don't think either place that you showed us can be gone to physically. So, you really picked. Oh, by the way, Ariel, one note. This is the only, you did amazing. The only thing is, you led the destination by the end of your question. Because you ended it and you said that you feel like home next.
Oh, okay.
So that is one of the reasons why she wound up in the in-between, because that is technically probably our home.
Okay.
And then she went to the next home.
Uh-huh.
So it's not like a bad thing. That was an amazing experience. We don't know what we're gonna get. That's what's so fun about this. But always remember that wherever you tell someone to go to, it's like speaking to their subconscious. They're going to go there, or their guide is just going to hijack the whole exercise and take you where you need to go anyway. But since we're kind of opening this up for anything, she went where you told her to go, which is what feels like home next.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Can you talk to the tree? I almost feel like you could have. Talk to the
Ooh,
tree.
that would have been fun. Yeah, that would actually have been a great question. Oh, I need to write this down. We can do some stuff here in a minute with that name. Okay. Danica, do you feel comfortable walking Melissa through?
Probably not yet. I
Okay.
want to try this at some point, but I this is like new to me.
Yes.
And so I want to see how you guys do it. You know what I mean?
But also never
Yeah,
forget.
like I would want to practice a script before I do it with somebody.
Well, okay, so here's what I'll say to that about the script, because I completely get it. I kind of put you guys on the spot on this, and I like, this is fun to me. But no, like the truth of it really is, you'll just get guided. Like, never forget, you're not the one talking. Nobody taught me how to do this. Nobody trained me how to do it. I was shown, and I say what they say. So, like, for instance, with her chest, like, I don't know why I told her to deflate it. It just felt more important than just letting her breathe out. It felt like it wasn't sufficient. So I made her sit up straight, and then I made her collapse. And I don't know why. Never made another person do that. So everything that is, like, even the questions that I get, I'm guided to ask them. I didn't ask you the same questions. And I have no idea why I ask what I ask. The main thing that I always do clarify, though, is I always give two choices. Because the difference with doing this with you guys is you guys know how to look. Most clients do not know how to look. So the easiest way you get them through this is, what do you see? You don't see anything, but sometimes you get that. Then you say, well, are you outside or inside? It's all just A/B testing so the client can get themselves oriented. You guys get so there so quick and you don't really need me to do the A/B test, but your clients will. I remember when I cut in and I said the question was something about what's your favorite. It's because her energy was getting a little bit restless. I felt her kind of getting curious. So the way that you pull somebody back is make them express what they're feeling, because you are forced to be in the present moment of the moment you decide to be in. When you ask too much about what's around you, another part of their soul can dip out and just explore questions of emotional, so that you can keep the majority of their soul in the present moment, just so you can keep doing what you're doing. Okay, well, if it's all right, then Melissa, I'm gonna do this with you. I don't know what to say. Run you through it. We're gonna do this together. Let's just do
We're
this
going to go
together.
on a journey together.
Yeah. Fuck. Okay.
You can say it however you want.
Well, thank you. All right, Miss Melissa.
Mhm.
So we're gonna close our eyes. We're gonna just breathe a little bit. Relax your neck. And relax your hips. Now I want you to look directly up as we take you to a very important lifetime. We're going to ask that you bring us to a period of time that has bearing on the current moment for Melissa as the fractal of her soul that we are helping today. I would like you to look up and tell me, are you inside or are you outside? Does it feel like?
Outside.
And does it feel like that this period of time is one that you know or one that you don't?
Not one that I know.
And when you look down, are your hands calloused or are they smooth?
Rough.
And do you feel more masculine than feminine?
Masculine.
And when you look at your hands, do they look like that they wield weapons or they wield agriculture?
Agriculture.
And in this lifetime, do you have a lot of material wealth or do you not?
No.
In this lifetime, who would you say that you love?
My wife and my kids.
And how many kids do you have?
We have a little baby and 2 kids that are a little older.
And do you have a favorite? Even though you're not supposed to.
The baby.
And is the baby a boy or a girl?
It's a boy.
Now, would Melissa know this baby in her current life?
No.
Do you know any of the other kids in this current life?
Not in this life, no.
But you revisited them again at different time?
Yeah, this one was a traumatic life.
Well, let's bring you to a period of time that is not in this lifetime in particular. But what I want to take you to is a lifetime where you are again with that young baby. I want you to feel the time move past and through you. And as you look up, I want you to share again, where do you find yourself?
It's like a rainforest.
And is this lifetime a little bit brighter for you or equally as challenging?
Yeah, the soul that was my baby is actually my brother in this one.
And what is it that you're trying to get done in the jungle?
We're trying to, I don't know, trying to build homes, like to make a community.
And why is it that you need new homes?
we're moving out to this area. Doesn't make sense. It feels like we're trying to expand civilization, like we're trying to build a railroad. I don't Doesn't jive with the rainforest, but that's like it's travel, it's being able to move people through.
And which continent do you feel like you would be on at the current moment? Do you know?
Africa for a continent, I'm not sure where.
Mm-hmm. And so you and your brother are working together. Are you a male again in this lifetime?
Yeah.
And what's your favorite thing about your brother?
He laughs. He makes me laugh. He's funny.
And what is it that he loves the most about you?
He would say that I'm the smart one, I'm the stable one,
Yes.
get things done.
I feel that too. And what was your crowning achievement this lifetime?
We built a way for commerce to happen for the indigenous people of that area, so they were able to prosper by selling things.
That's amazing. And I want to kind of take you back, just briefly and not deeply, into the previous lifetime that you shared with this brother, the one we spoke of before. And I want to understand, by the time that you left this lifetime behind, what had you learned the most?
Not to take life for granted.
And it's interesting, but in those lifetimes, would it have been true that you did not have a lot of work in the healing spaces?
Correct.
I would like to bring your soul forward from that lifetime or backward. It doesn't really matter. But I want you to bring me to a lifetime where you used your hands for healing. And I want you to share with me, what is your home like in this lifetime?
I'm in a forest.
And was this home handcrafted by you or by someone you love, or is it more modern?
No, this is handmade, and um, the community helped me build it.
And how did you arrive into the knowledge that your hands were good for healing?
As a child, I was able to help things grow, plants. And my mother's gifts were handed to me.
And in that lifetime, as you left it behind, what was the most beautiful information that you learned in this lifetime?
How symbiotic we can live with our environment.
And in this lifetime, did you leave the earth plane very young or quite old?
Quite old.
And if we were to try and go find this cottage, would we be able to? Or is it long, long, long gone?
No, it was long gone.
And based on our current maps and standards, where do you think you probably are?
whales.
All right, we're going to come back to our body, in through the crown, down all the way to the root, and start to wiggle your toes back in. Oh my gosh, that was so interesting because I saw immediately when I asked the question of how did you get your gifts, immediately they were just saying like all through your bloodline. You had quite a bit of power in that lifetime. Okay, Danica, what did you see or experience for her or with her?
That was pretty cool. It was like I was like there with her, and like as soon like I was seeing it, like I saw your brother laughing and like you guys joking around, like buddying like this. Like it was so cool to like be able to feel the feelings between you two. That was cool. And then to like know the feeling. Did you feel like loss in your first lifetime with like your kids or something? Like there was a lot of loss or something.
I didn't say it, but there was a lot of ash in the sky, and I think that it was some kind of like a volcanic eruption. Not
Yeah, there
Mount
was.
Vesuvius, but something similar. Not Pompeii, but it wasn't something that we know now that we've excavated, but it was something similar. So I want to say like Hawaii kind of an area.
Well, so, and just real quick, can I ask you guys, why do you think I didn't clarify the trauma of the lifetime?
Would it bleed over into the next?
It almost feels
Basically,
too traumatic.
Hmm.
it's both of those things, and there's no value in the visitation of the trauma. There was no value to take you there, and the other thing is this is as like a warning sign. I'll think about like your vision. If you've ever played video games and you're dying, you know how it starts to like go red. If you've ever played video games like that,
Mm-hmm.
that's what will happen when I know to not keep going. So I feel, and I've always listened to it, right? I shift it. We figure something else out. It's not like a big deal, but it's just what I see. But I feel that if I were to keep taking someone down it, I feel probably like that my vision would fill with red. But I've never done that. I've never taken them that far. But like
Mm.
that's how my guides tell me. It's almost like hot or cold. It's like, are we getting hot or we getting? And so anytime I see that like kind of periphery red, I just know to shift. And intuitively in that moment, the reason is we didn't want to pull on the string of grief, because it is a natural heavy energy, and we are all for sharing a very tight connection right now. So if I throw you guys down into off the cliff and into a hole, we all have the ability to amplify that.
Mm.
And there's no good in that. So what did I do? I took her immediately to one that was a little bit more favorable, but still connected her to one of the souls there. So it wasn't just completely jarring for her, but that we could at least go and visit something that did have a little bit more information. Um, but what's unique is that my request was that she brought to a very impactful period of time, especially for now. And like, what have we been talking about? That there's a chapter change happening and a reset. It's just interesting. This whole fucking thing is so unique. But then we take her to the building, um, and the creating resources for others that I think was really interesting. Ariel, what did you have experiences of?
Um, well, I did feel that you had three boys in your first lifetime. I want to know why when it first started though. I imagine you sitting like in a barber chair, and it's very old school, like almost like Italian, and you're sitting there and you're getting your beard trimmed. So I'm kind of curious about that. Almost like that, where it comes out like this. So I
Uh
wonder if you
huh.
maybe
Like a
had a beard.
handlebar.
Hmm.
Huh.
But I did
Do,
feel
do, you, do you feel like that's the lifetime that she was doing train tracks?
no.
Okay.
Mm-mm. No. And I did feel that traumatic event because I did see like the house on fire, and almost that the door would have been like, for some reason your wife and kids wouldn't have been able to get out except you and your baby. But then in the next one, talking about your brother, I did feel also that your resilience and your strong-willedness was one of his favorite was like his favorite things about you. And as far as your accomplishments, I could see you dressed up dapperly and almost like on a podium accepting an award for your hard work, like you were being recognized and celebrated in that lifetime. Um, with your last lifetime, when you died, I almost feel like you would have been on almost like a ceremonial bed of flowers.
That's exactly
And
what it looked like to me. Like I
mhm,
did see myself, and it was elderly white hair, but it was because I was like a community healer. Like it was just passed down through generations, and there weren't very many. But when you
Mm-hmm.
had that person, like they were kind of like revered.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so, yeah, it was like a high ranking within the community, and it was more of a ceremonial kind of a burial.
That's so. I love that this is possible. Like, that's so interesting.
I'm trying to get the feel of if others would have been more distraught by your passing, or if you would have been celebrated because you did get to the next stage.
I
I
would feel
felt like it
celebration.
was celebrated because I had offspring that was taking my place. So it was definitely um, like not every child born into that family had that gift, but enough did that it was somebody that chose to kind of take my place.
That is so fascinating. I guess it makes sense because if like a psychic can go and see somebody's past lives, then I guess that isn't really different than what we're doing. We're just connecting at the actual point of the story being told. That's so fascinating to me.
I
Um,
kind of feel like for me, it's reading. It's like actually like when I'm trying to like see what they're seeing, I just imagine myself standing behind their shoulder or like looking through their eyes or just like being on the same train car with them, you know, like
yes.
traveling where they're traveling.
Well, and but it's so weird because whenever I was feeling into y'all's stories a little bit, you just get a lot of like all the context clues sort of self fill themselves in. And I wasn't quite sure what to expect with that. I wasn't sure if I would just like see one strange thing that would catch my attention. I didn't know exactly what that would be like, but it really feels the exact same thing as when you're describing it for a client. Like you're still viewing it in the same way. So that was very informative for me, guys. Thank you so much for playing this game with me. Um, how fascinating. Um, it's weird though because earlier, even when I started talking about doing this, I felt like the entry process with Melissa was going to be different, but it wasn't different at all, other than I continued to feel like that there was a red, like auric field that's around you in general that I wasn't having to account for that with Ariel and Danica. But I don't know what that haze is or was because I don't think it is related to the fact that we brought you to a fiery timeline. But it's almost I'm trying to figure out what that was that I kind of felt in preparation of. I don't know.
Well, I don't know if it has anything to do with it, but earlier today, I went to a spa to get like a massage, and then I was in like this little infrared cocoon, which is literally red light. Like I was
Red light.
bathing in red light, and I was meditating on like rejuvenating myself. So I was putting myself in an orange field of lights while I was meditating in that. So that might have something to do with it.
Yes, because I saw it as not negative at all, but something I was going to have to get through. And you don't normally have that around you. How cool. That just means whatever you were working on worked.
Yeah, hopefully.
I was anticipating having to like deal with it. Not that it was negative, but that like I didn't see that around the other girls. I didn't quite know if that my gut was thinking that it was going to have some effect in your entry or exit, but it didn't. So I was just like, I don't know what this haze is for. Apparently, that's awesome. That's so cool. Oh my gosh. Yeah, because it was I used to be more tuned in to color as thought that this is the closest thing that I'm just trying to describe because I didn't see it in my mind's eye in the way I see things. It was different. It was like a different eyesight. I don't know. So cool. Interesting. I'm asking my team, I'm like, so what was the purpose it was serving for her? Okay, I just got schooled. They said that's how energy should always look.
Oh.
All right, well, so we got some work to do. Yeah, he was saying that is the robustness that a auric field. Well, it's robust but with intention. He was saying the amount of intention makes it robust. That is how we should always be looking all the time, but we don't. So fuck, Melissa.
Is that because we don't set the intention enough?
Build enough intention around our auric field, and it feels like that she was going through the process of bringing herself into healing alignment, and then literally physically in an encapsulation that she could then build that like that form in. So it makes me wonder, like, I wonder if you sat under like a copper triangle, would your energy hold that shape? Like, I don't really know the answer, but it feels like she was able to command that energy to now it's still holding its shape in place.
Well, and I've been leading up to that over the last few days too, not with that specific intention, but I've been trying different auric field manipulation, and in with the intent of building it up, making it strong, and like purifying it. So that's been, I did that for a few days before I even got to where I was today. So
Yes. It's
yeah,
almost like complimenting a new outfit. It's like, girl, I like your
Yeah.
auric field. Oh my god, it looks so put together. Good for you, though. That's not by accident. Nobody just by accident gets their auric field together. Very good job. That's crazy.
No, this is actually one of the like exercises that they had us do at Arthur Findlay College was working on our auric fields like that and like commanding it to do things. And then we could see it. Like when somebody else was doing it and they were standing up against the wall, you could see it. And we could say like what they were doing and they would answer like yes or no. Like it was really cool.
That's really
Because
cool.
you could physically see it and you could see like the colors and what they were doing with it. Okay, this is going to be a fun one. So I want to know, I even had to write it down. I want to know what is the next big event happening in my life that I do not see coming and how can I prepare for it?
That's such a cool question.
Thank you.
But the flaw is in the question.
Well, then fix the flaw for me.
Because okay, yeah, you know what I'm getting at, but anyways.
Because I'm not supposed to know. I know, but I want to know.
I want to know.
Is somebody like doing a surprise trip for you?
Oh my gosh. I think so because that's what it. Pack your bags, bitch. But have your passport ready, but you would already have your passport had you know where it is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
know where it is.
Well,
Who is it? Is it Michael? Danica, I'm not asking you.
I was like, oh.
She's like, I don't think so.
Yeah, yeah,
Did
because
you?
it is. I feel like it's somebody that's close to you, but not mom, dad. So yeah, I would guess that it's Michael, but it does. It feels like this is something like cool and fun. Um, and I almost got the feeling like you kind of know, but it's not like out in the open yet, or that you have like the suspicion that something's going on. But that's what I was getting, is it was like a surprise trip that he hasn't talked
When
about
is
yet.
your birthday?
Until January 20th.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Did you go to France? Did
Mm-hmm.
y'all have? You went to France?
Mm-hmm.
Did Michael like France?
Mm-hmm.
Did he love it? Like, oh my god, I want to come back here.
I would say more. He liked Scotland and Ireland probably more.
I think you're gonna get to do a little bit of a solo redo on your trip, but with him. But it's not. I don't think you're just gonna go to one place. Did he travel a lot before meeting you? Because I feel like you injected him with the travel bug.
Well, he has as much like travel bug as I have. He just didn't. And I don't know if that
Mm.
was because he didn't have somebody to share it with, but he's like planning stuff like me, like sending me stuff like today
Good.
we're planning like a Red Rocks amphitheater thing. We're gonna buy tickets tonight.
Yes.
I don't
So
think that he would have done anything on his own. Like I feel like traveling stateside would have been something he wouldn't have minded doing by himself, but like out of the country is not, like he would not have taken that leap on his own.
yeah, that's he always said that he wanted to go back to Japan and that, but I'm not sure if he would have after he retired on his own. I don't know.
Mm.
So now I'm curious to hear what it is. So after
Exactly.
Is
after
there
it
a time
happens, you can tell
frame?
us.
Okay, so
I'm
there's no way to prepare for it other
so
than
for
act
this one,
surprised.
I think that
Right.
this is like several months down the road. This is not like he's planning it right now. I don't feel like this is something that's going to happen right away, but um it's in the off travel season. Cuz off, I mean, for us, like that's a good time to travel for where it is that he's going, but it's not like our summer, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um
This is a
so it,
completely off topic, but it does answer your question, and it did come to me, so I'm going to say it. There's something, and I don't really get the vibe that it's coming soon. Like that, I don't feel like I'm raising an alarm, but I feel that you are going to very much struggle when your daughter has kids. So I don't know why that came through as something that you won't be able to plan for, and you won't understand yourself through that process. Um, but that you're really going to have to surrender to the process when that process begins. And you're going to have to learn how to let go what you think is appropriate. And there's no way that you're going to be able to prepare for that. But they're saying grandmotherhood for you is going to be very confusing with your daughter specifically. I don't know why. I don't know if that helped.
I think that I have a feeling why.
But I like theirs way more.
Yeah, me too.
And again, like I said, I don't feel like she's about to fall pregnant. It just was weird because it did come through.
No, and I think it has something to do with the feelings of guilt and shame too, because of what a grandma should be or look like, and I don't think that I fit that mold.
It's much more about that you are not going to approve of the way that she's raising them. It's not that you're going to fail in any framework of you. It's that you're going to have to pull back and realize, like, you can't. She is not going to ask for as much help as she should. And she's not going to want help that's not asked for. So you're going to be over here like, I could help. I could make this easier. It's like she can't let you in quite yet. So that's going to be confusing. And I also feel like she's potentially going to try to brandish elements of her childhood against you. So you're just going to be confused. You're going to be like, why am I even around this kid? Like, do you want me around? Like, what's going on? Like, so no, it's not that you aren't around enough. It's nothing like that. It's mainly just like you're going to see her with some flaws in the way she's doing things, and you're not going to be able to do anything about it. But I think
I'm curious if she even has kids, because she doesn't want kids.
Well, she's young.
So this will be interesting.
When do we want kids? I guess sometimes we do really young. I don't know.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
That's a good point. I fall in and out of love with it ever since I was little.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to think if there's anything else. This sounds so cliche and not like, but she hasn't found the right person now. And I promise I'll edit that out. Mark?
I knew that.
We just hit the mark button. We're like, Miss Melissa, do you have any questions?
Okay, well, in that vein, I have my I feel like I know the answer to this, but I'm curious to see what you guys think. So, if either of my two kids will become parents.
Okay, this is a very thin timeline. Like I'm saying, I see this occurring with like a 20% chance, which to me that's almost nothing. But it came through, so I'm going to say it. There is some weird thing that I saw where your daughter is no longer with her current partner and winds up with somebody who basically begs and begs and convinces her that I feel it around your daughter if it were to happen. I just don't feel it.
It's very interesting that you say that, because I had the feeling that it was the partner that wanted to, not your child that wanted to.
Right.
Do you have a son?
Mm-hmm.
I almost felt like it was the son's partner that wanted a baby, not him. But I just saw one.
I saw two.
Yeah.
I saw twins.
We out here. Let's figure this out.
I know.
Well, my daughter wants to have a child. The partner doesn't. He's going to med school. There's like, it's going to be way down the road for him, I would imagine. I don't know that for sure, but honestly, I don't feel like I'm going to be a grandmother until much later in life. Rihanna says, and I think somebody on one of the past times that we've done this had said that they saw her in Southern California, like living on her own in an apartment. And I had told her that, and she said, "Oh, well, funny you say that, because I see myself living in an apartment in Southern California, but I have a child with me." I was like, "Oh, God help us if you've got a child on your."
I'm just curious where the twin aspect is coming in, whether it's like two or if it's like twin personalities, you know.
I almost pick up on that it's his partner might have had this baby before he meets them. It feels kind of like that. Like he doesn't want kids, does he?
Not right now. I mean, we've not really had a conversation about it, but like he really, really wants a cat, and he knows he can't even manage that while he's in med school. So we're not even at the level of talking about kids yet.
Yeah. It does. It feels like she might have a kid when he meets her or something.
And
Because I don't
Ariel,
see a baby. I see like a little kid.
Yeah.
where did you see the twins, or what did you feel around that?
Um, Around her son, and that it's going to be one of those relationships where forward facing, that they're all going to get along great, the sons and the father, but the son's relationship would be, I think I used the word devious, almost, that they're going to be just constantly pulling pranks on their father and mother and society. Almost like the Weasley brothers, the twin brothers from Harry
Oh,
Potter.
okay.
You know what? And it's funny because like his cousins when he was growing up, he had three boy cousins that were just like that.
Yeah.
So that I mean, yeah, there's a little family lineage there.
And are there any twins that run in your genetics? Do you know, Melissa?
Um my mother's brother has a set of twins.
And what about Gary's side?
No twins that I'm aware of, no.
Oh, okay. I was just curious. All right. And Miss Ariel, what do you have a question?
I don't know.
I do
I
know.
just, I don't know. Um, um, I would like to talk to my mother-in-law if I can.
Okay.
I had a picture in my mind of her like standing in front of all of our guides and like, oh, I didn't know I was going to have an audience. Like a little shy.
Danica, what are you feeling?
I almost see her. I don't know why. And I'm hearing the word plumeria. What does that mean? And she's like, it's like an offering. Like she's offering you something.
I think
Those are
plumeria is a
flowers.
flower.
It's a flower, yeah.
Let me see.
Is there significance to that or something?
Not to me. They're pretty.
But there would have to be one between her and him. There's a reason she said that specifically. Well, so the first thing I heard in my right ear immediately was, I know her, talking about Danica, which is so funny. And then she's saying, don't put him in the shed. And I said, where would you like him to go? And she said, don't put him there. And I was like, I can't, I don't control that. But she's kind of like, there's something about that she finds not ideal. And I do understand it, but that is
Yeah.
his choice. Um, she is, however, I feel very, very happy that this is the progression that's occurring. She's talking about that his son has, and I know, I recognize we've talked about this before, but she is just, she's speaking about how she's like, why can't, I don't know what this phrase means, but why can't my boys get it together?
Hell yeah.
And she's saying, I don't understand why they can't. And she's kind of putting them up as Three Stooges. I don't know if they want, like, but that's who she's basically like, I don't understand. She's referring also to, she feels that the son that's living in her home is mistreating it. Well, it good that the house is going to go to somebody who will treat it well. Did she just like the house a lot?
Did she dislike the house?
No, did she like it a lot? Or try to, there's something about her feeling like that there's scuffing happening.
Well, their daughter lives there, and they've always had kind of a rocky relationship, but she's very hot-headed, very combative, and she's on medication now, but she's very, very
Well, who's the male in the house? That's
Well, it's just her boyfriend, and
because that's the one that she's highlighting, is she is visibly unkind feeling towards.
mm-hmm.
She's saying get rid of it all. The things that she wants preserved are already. What did he save?
I'm not sure what he saved. I know
Well,
that his plan was to. I mean, he sold a lot of their couches, the bed, the dresser. He was going to be donating her clothes. Chris has one of her cameras. I can imagine that they probably saved the rest of their cameras.
none of
Her
that. I'm trying to have
devices.
her show me. Just show me. Just show me what it is you're referring to. Okay, she's taking me to. All right, so in the bedroom, I guess. So I feel like that there are two drawers in this. It's like a two-drawer thing, if it's even there anymore. But it would have. She preserved something in the back, and I think he
Oh,
has it.
he had found a medicine jar that had like $400 in it.
That's funny.
And so I don't know. I'll
Well,
have to ask him where he found that, but I wonder if that's what she's talking about.
dang, that is a
Because
little
he
bit
said
underwhelming.
that he had no idea that she had that.
That's so cute. Just like an
Mm-hmm.
emergency jar. Well, I feel, I don't know why, but that's where she took me to. I guess she was joking, saying that what was important in there he has.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she's bringing up the fact that your husband, that he is not processing, and she's just saying, can you help him? But do not let the way that he processes her death be a version of abuse on dad. And I don't really know where this is coming, but she feels like that your husband has a little bit of a punitive relationship with his father. Is that true?
Putative,
Like he resents him a little bit for something, and so that will come out in like little rudenesses.
I would say so, because I mean, just like the things that he does or says to the kids, and I'm like, why are you like this? And he said, well, and that's been his whole thing was, well, my parents treated me a certain way, and I don't want to treat the kids that way. I'm trying to be better, and it's like, well,
Well,
um,
she's just warning you about that there with the dad being around the son, um, uh, where it's going to rehash some childish feeling of trauma. Like it's going to not have any business, but just don't allow that dynamic to revert your husband more into a child.
mhm.
She's basically protecting both of them, and she's almost like, please keep him over here and him over here. So
I know that he's not processing it, and I've talked to him. Whenever I mentioned the warm place, he said, well, I feel like I've already dealt with it. I say hi to her every morning, and I just feel like whenever she had that scare a few years ago, I said goodbye to her then. So anything after, I've already dealt with it, and that was it. So I'm like, okay.
ask him to tell you stories about what she was like, but don't do it in like, just ask like off the cuff, and that will be a way to help him think about her in a non-painful way that will just scoot some of these memories through him, because that will be helping. It'll help him speed run like Naruto through the house that he has to walk through,
Mm,
and at least it'll be something. Because the normal grief process, you look into that room, you look into that room, you look in each room. I feel like if you can just extract some stories about her, it'll be him be like, oh yeah, and then she did. It's like it'll help him do something. And then something about the ashes. Was she cremated?
hmm The plan is for,
Is he wanting to throw her in some water?
well, Tennessee, but I'm not sure, like the mountains, in a stream, somewhere in Tennessee.
She just doesn't like the idea of being thrown into water. I don't know why. So
Okay. Well,
maybe in the wind. I don't fucking know. I don't know why she has an aversion.
because
Let
I
me
think
feel that for her.
the water would settle after a while. And then
Did she almost drown when she was young?
That's what I feel.
Yep. Yeah. It's just like trauma. She just doesn't like it. She does not like the idea.
Mhm.
Almost like there is no rest, but also she doesn't want to drown. That was like a core
yeah,
thing
I
for
felt
her.
like that sinking feeling. So tangent real quick to
Yeah.
ashes, because I did find out that one of my old coworkers passed away last month, and she had no living family, I guess, and she was very private as a person, but she ended up being cremated, and she's currently in the possession of like Dallas County, what I imagine in some sort of like crypt for ashes. So do people how do spirits, souls feel about that? Is it
Well, it
almost
depends on if they've crossed over yet or not. If they haven't crossed
mm,
over, they don't like it and they're like want something done about it. And if they cross
mm,
over, they're usually pretty cool about it.
mm,
Just because, like, usually the people that are unsatisfied after death are usually people that are very, like, strong opinionated in life, because the soothing effect of death really, I would say, calms a vast majority of souls that, like, once they realize they died and once they realize like all this other stuff, then they kind of cross over and there's not really like dissatisfaction that's communicated as much. um so what I notice is the ones that are dissatisfied, like that will yell at psychics or that will try to, like, have you guys ever felt when there's like a spirit that's trying to jump the line, like manhandle your guide as though that it's ever going to work? But like I can feel it sometimes when there's like a rustle. It feels like a bouncer getting messed with, and you just know. I just remember knowing like he's got to sort it out. But there's an arrogance to that energy. Typically, there's a lot that a soul that hasn't crossed over yet is just they're just gonna bluster like they did when they're alive.
mm.
Hmm.
So I was wondering, even though they are ashes, they were still like a human body at one time, and whether or not they actually care about what happens to them after. But it would
They do
appear
not
to be
want their
true.
essence being used for dark things upon death. That would I would say that's probably a universal truth, is that it is very offensive and very confusing if, like, say somebody dug up somebody and used their ash in a ritual or their bones in a ritual,
Mm,
anything like that. That's when you start to play with some very disturbing problems, because what you're actually doing is you are retethering. So, like, imagine you crossed over 20 fucking years ago, right? And so you're doing whatever you're doing, waiting for your reincarnation, kind of setting up. And then imagine that you are now, like, the veil is over here and you're like 50 leagues over here, hanging out with your friends. You're not close to the veil. You haven't looked over at Earth for a while. Then imagine getting like slingshot right back next to the veil. That's what it can sometimes be like if they're completely done with this life, they've moved on, and now there's someone playing with their remains that forces you to have to attend to it because it's like part of you, sort of. And so if you're way over here and you're like, why am I being yanked from my friends and from spirit to have to go pay attention to an earth realm, which I'm trying to rest from? Oh, you're using the remnants of the echoes of my life force energy for nefarious things. Great. That's the only thing that I can think of right at the top. What do you guys think?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Ooh, they do. I just heard. They do appreciate when it is cherished. So, like, if you put it up on art, like they do, there's a fondness for that. But, like, let's say that there's a case where they lose the ashes. Spirit's gonna come through and just make fun of you, probably
oh,
forever. But there's no feeling of like, oh my god, you lost my ashes. Mainly, they're just trying to love on you because you're the one still enduring the human condition. They're free of it. That's the thing. Like,
ooh,
I've seen
yeah,
stories of people finding ashes at like the Goodwill, because it's like stuff that gets donated and it's
yeah.
like a box, but nobody opened box to see what it was,
yes.
and ashes are in there.
Oh no.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's kind of like, oof.
I've seen
right.
some
Um,
like pet ones also, and that's kind of sad. But like
Yeah.
they'll take them home and they'll put them up on their mantle, But I don't. I mean,
Yeah, no, I've got my dad, and I scattered half of his ashes at the park that we used to go to that was sentimental to both of us, but I couldn't bear with parting all of him.
Oh,
So I have some of him, like he did a he wasn't like a master woodworker, but we would do like woodworking projects. So I found this like little wooden inlay box, and so it has not. It's like not labeled at all. So I'm gonna have somebody pull that box out of my house if I die
do you
because it's
have
gonna end up
brothers?
at Goodwill.
Do you have brothers, Melissa?
I have one brother. Yeah.
Okay. Why would this make sense? If is he a little bit more soft than you?
In the way that he's like really, really strongly like family oriented in a way that I am not. So that's there's kind of like that sentimentality that I don't have.
Well, there was just a joke made about the fact that there was it's not negative, but it's almost like when you were referencing the things that you guys used to do together, and he was just making a quick joke saying, "Well, she was the son I needed," but that wasn't meant in a negative way of any kind. Then that made me wonder, well, does that mean he didn't have a son, or that's why I was like, do you have a brother? Why was this
Yeah,
joke
so
made?
my brother and I, we both have different dads. And so I was the only child
Oh,
for my father, and he never remarried. And I never felt like he was pining for a son, but there was a lot of, obviously I have some masculine energy, so I think he probably appreciated it. And we had a lot of the same like things in common, loved space. There were some things that I think, like that whole woodworking thing, he was probably glad that I was doing that with him because he grew up with a brother not having a good relationship with dad or the brother. So he probably appreciated that. Yeah.
Danica, are you able to connect with her dad a little bit?
Well, when she was talking about him, I saw like it's like a wooden, almost like this. It's not a, it looks cylinder, like the base of it is kind of round, and then it comes up in this shape. And then it has like a lid that has like a little knobby thing on top, but it's like a darker wood that almost is like a little bit cherry. What is that?
I don't. Okay, so I've got one urn, which is actually my dog is a silver one that has that shape to it. So silver and kind of a knob at the top. Um, and my dad is in a small box. So it's like wood inlay on it, but it's just like a tiny jewelry box. It's not anything that was necessarily meant to be an urn.
Hmm, interesting.
And I know Gary's dad was also cremated, and I remember that his urn was similar to that. So I don't know if you're picking up on Gary's dad, but he's
Yeah,
never come through to me.
I
Um,
don't know who this guy is. He's showing me he's bald, but he's got like some hair down here, like
I call that
sparsely.
the cul-de-sac.
These are the cul-de-sac.
um,
And it's not white, like it's like got some like darker grayish in it.
I think that might be Gary's dad.
Wait, keep talking. Danica, keep
Okay.
going because I'm wondering. I'm hoping not, but I'm wanting to make sure it's not my fucking dad.
Well, he's got like they almost look kind of like the penny loafers, like the black ones, but they've got like a tassel on them.
Yeah,
And
keep going.
then jeans, and he's fairly thin. Oh, he's saying, but I had a little pooch, like a little belly. And he's showing me he has like a striped shirt. It's like white and then it's got like thin black and like maybe like a light blue and like a red, but it's patterned like striped like this.
And is
And
he
it's
here
short
for?
sleeved and it's buttoned up and he's got it tucked in.
Mm-hmm. And is he for? Is he here for one of the four of us?
I don't want to say that. Okay, I don't like where this went.
Okay, then it is my dad. I'm sorry.
It's
Okay,
not,
That
yeah.
cleared
yeah,
up.
it's not
That cleared up.
either mine or my father-in-law.
Yeah,
Can
that
I
was.
can I ask him to leave?
Yeah, of course. In fact, I
Okay.
beg it. It's time for that
Okay.
to go.
Okay.
I'm
That
sorry.
was that was interesting. I did not like what he called you, so I wasn't going to say that.
Yeah. So there is a darker kingdom that you don't get to rest in. When you make certain deals and you do certain things and you don't cross over, or like all these problems that you can start by breaking off parts of your soul, that is a problem that he has. So he is in that same way that Terry's father will just pop in and be a piece of shit. That's what he chooses to do with his free time as he cannot rest. So thanks for meeting my
It,
dad. He's a treat.
that's yeah.
I'm
Okay, that's
sorry.
why he was
Yeah.
like piddling around. Like, yeah, that's why.
He's
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, and so my father-in-law was Presbyterian, not really super religious, and I could see that he would at some point come in, but he's not presented himself to me. And then my dad is around me all the time, and um he would come through easily if he wanted to. So
Yeah. That's amazing, dude. I love spirit. Like, it's so weird to me. We can remote view each other's past lives. That's fucking dope. We can, I mean, we've done mediumship off the cut. Like, it's just like, these are the gifts that we worked so hard to cultivate. Now we get to play.
yep.
Like, I am so blessed with you guys and
Oh,
so happy.
I wanted to share. I had a little success over the weekend. So I had
Yes.
probably like the best fair weekend I've ever had. And I had like 8, 9 readings on between Saturday and Sunday.
Yes.
And I had couples readings. I had like a mom with her 2 daughters, and it was great. But the very last minute on Sunday, as I was just about to start getting packed up, I had somebody who actually wanted an energy work for me. It was the very first time I've ever done paid energy work, and I was so excited because I've been asking Spirit to send me somebody, and it was, of course, they're like, okay, fine, we'll throw you somebody last minute. And so she because I this is also the first time I like literally billed myself as a nurse. I actually have like a holistic health practitioner certification, so I listed all the
Yes.
credentials. And I had a lot more interest. And so this woman who came to me, I saw her and I talked to her for a little bit, and she walked around and she came back and she's like, yeah, I came to you because you're not hungry. And she meant like in
Yes.
terms of like you need this, like you need the income, you're here because you
Mm-hmm.
need money, not, like I said, no, I'm here in service of spirit. I mean, I need money, but it's not like I have to have this. I do this because I love it.
Yes.
And she's like, yeah, that's why I came to you. And so we talked about what it is that she needed, and I worked on her. And so I directed energy where I wanted it, and then I did kind of some overall energy. And at the beginning, it was just like, okay, energy anytime. Okay, they believe in what you're doing, even if it's slow to come in, they're on board. So, and then there was a time like an overall energy, and I had my hands on her back, and it got really hot. Like I knew something
Mm.
was going through. So anyway, and she's been around Woo Wooville like a long time, and she was like, that was really good. My guides were saying that you're a master healer. And I'm like, I was channeling a master healer. That was not me. I was just like, I'll take it. I will take it. So she was really happy, and so that felt good. So that was my little success story for the
Hell yeah,
week.
Melissa. That's
Your
awesome.
That's
table
awesome.
looked magnificent.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't seen a table like that in a while, not around DFW. Hey, y'all?
Mm-mm.
No, that's why I was like,
So
what
good.
the hell? What do they do up there? This is not what it looks like
See,
here.
like up here, it's not like okay. So like Sophia has told us, like she takes pride in like being able to be like, I don't need anything with me. Like I am it. That's it. that shit don't fly around here. Like you have to have, you got to have a setup. You have to have like, yeah, you got to draw them in. It is like being at a convention, like a trade convention. So, and that, okay. And the other thing that's different here is we have like panels, like you can sit as a psychic as a panel. And then this one fair like group that sets up all these fairs will let people come in for free and they can ask questions, and it's just like for us advertising ourselves, and that's great. You often have a lot of like genuine people, and then you have some who are complete and utter, like just either making shit up or like advertising themselves. There's no happy spirit around them at all. It is like fraud. And so we deal with that too. So yeah, it's just different. It's not exactly what I thought it would be.
But
Interesting.
so 9 readings in the 2 days. And so what did you feel by the end of that? What did you feel was your strongest moment? Would you say it was that healing moment, or where were you in the most connection?
I think it was the energy work because I had been practicing that, and also I had like the night, like Friday night before I started on Saturday, it was like I was up to like 1 o'clock in the morning. But I had, from the class that I took, we had a little pendulum. And so I was playing around with that in terms of like for doing like finding out if a chakra is not balanced, you know, or whatever. So we can use it for that. And I was practicing on my cat because I had no other human being in the house. And so I was asking spirit, like, okay, do cats have chakras? And they're like, yeah, cats have chakras. And so I'm like practicing on my cat. And so then I was like, oh, well, let me just ask some yes or no questions, because I'm talking to whatever spirit is, you know, there on my pendulum, because I can talk to my spirit guides. And I don't know why I didn't just talk to my spirit guides about this. But anyway, so I was asking stuff about how I communicate with Bella. And so I was asking, like, you know, does Bella astral travel and does she show up with me? And the pendulum was like, no. And I'm like, well, does she communicate with me like through her body language? I'm like, yeah. So anyway, basically I was getting a lot of like answers that I didn't feel to be true, but I was like, oh, that's unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that. And then my guide was like, he doesn't know how to answer those questions. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, this is your guy. He's an energy worker, Melissa. He doesn't do that. He doesn't even believe in that. So he's got his focus and he's working with you, and you picked him up. And yeah, he's just like given an answer because he doesn't know what you're talking about. I'm like, I thought everybody on the other
That's so
side
funny.
knew all of this. He's like, no. He's an energy worker.
Well, it's interesting. My guides show me the other side is like sometimes there's the light, which is obviously everything's lit up. You can see everything. But it's almost like imagine staring out into like this gray space. And then you can reside in that gray space if you'd like. It's a little bit lawless. If you ever want to know if an energy is in the light kingdom or the dark, you would ask somebody that you know is on the other side and ask if they can see the person you're looking for. Because when they look for the person that you ask them to look for, or the information, and they look out, they'll say things like, I cannot see where they are. They are here, but I cannot see it. So that's where, you know, the flyaways kind of go in that middle ground, I feel. But then there's that dark side, which the light cannot see into.
Yeah,
Which I
and
think is so interesting.
I had the impression like for this entity, the person that I had pulled in was from a meditation that I did where we were searching for like somebody who wanted to do like energy work. And so
Oh,
they were great in that capacity.
yeah.
But that anything outside of their wheelhouse, they're like, I'm not interested. I don't know. I don't talk to cats. I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? It was
I'm
that sort of thing.
busy.
But like my guides vetted him. They're like, yeah, he's great for this one purpose, and that's it. But
I
yeah,
love
it
that.
was interesting.
Well, ladies, we will be back at it again. Thank you so much for such a fun episode. Like, this has just been so fun and educational for me. Um, and then we'll talk schedule after, but thank you guys to the viewers who are listening. If you have any questions, please do leave us a comment. We are on TikTok, YouTube, all the places that you can get a podcast, we are on. So come check us out. But thank you, ladies, so much. And I will see you guys next time. It'll be amazing.
All right.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.